Okay, Red Letter Day. One of the very, very first votes we did in the Whiskey Tribe Patreon Crowded Barrel voting was let's source a scotch. Let's get a single malt scotch. And what did the tribe vote on?
They voted on a Royal Brockla barrel, 12 years old, and then we made it 13. We let it sit until it was 13 years old.
Now that thing took pretty much a year of just red tape and bullshit to eventually find its way here. By the time it got here, this was less than half of the volume of whiskey we were anticipating.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be 2 barrels. It ended up with around 1 barrel.
Okay, so we finally got our hands on it. It's delicious. It's phenomenal. There's very, very little of this stuff. And it was so freaking expensive that we figured, you know what? We need to fund Debistill. And there's so little of this to go around. And we always try and make the whiskeys as affordable as possible. To fund Distill, let's totally crank up the price to a violent degree. Inappropriate.
Wildly inappropriate.
Wildly inappropriate. And release this small volume of whiskey so we can buy a still. We'd added up the numbers, and if we charge essentially double what we ever really want to charge for a whiskey, then we end up with how much approximately?
So around 50 grand, which lets us buy a 300-gallon still and all the equipment that we need to purchase along with that still to make it functional.
So we're perfectly fine slow walking this process of saving up a little bit month after month to eventually upgrade a still, a fermentation tank, all that. The issue we keep running into, and I'm sure a lot of you are frustrated by this as well, we keep blowing through the whiskeys. There's not enough. Like the production capability of us making whiskey and then also the money we have available to source whiskey and finish whiskey, that's not really there. So we need to crank up the size of the pipeline at every level. And we see this Royal Brockla cast strength single malt 13-year-old.
Yeah, it's going to help us break through the first choke point in this whole process.
Okay.
So it's going to be $90
for a half freaking bottle. I know.
Sit down. Let's sit down. It's going to be, we know. It's ridiculous. Right. But you're not buying whiskey. You're buying Debistill. And as a thank you, we're giving you a half bottle of whiskey.
The reason why we attached a whiskey to this at all is because we try not to do just a straight up fundraiser where you don't really get anything other than, hey, thanks. But there's very, very little whiskey to do this with.
That's true.
So the thing that we wanted to do with the community to commemorate us getting a new still, hopefully a new still, I don't know, is the Royal Bastard is the name of this thing. And the Royal Bastards are going to be the MBs that step up and fund a grown-up size still. By the way, Daniel looked across the room and was like, where is the still?
I can't see it. It's a Hobbit still. It's that part. Half of it's down in here.
Right.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, well, you could fit a still in a backpack,
Yeah, let's just put it this way. Anybody involved in buying a bottle of the Royal Bastard is going to be one of the Royal Bastards. And if you are going to get a chance to claim one of these as your claim, if you are at a tier where you get to claim bottles, you get to claim these. But if you still want to contribute to getting Debistill, there's going to be a PayPal button at the very, very bottom of the page where you purchase a bottle, and you can use that to put some money towards Deb getting a still.
Yeah, we priced out the bottle assuming we've been forgetting about the bottle claims.
Yeah.
So claim it. This is not an exception. You can still claim it, but if you want to kick a little towards the still, then we can open up that pipeline. And then any of you MBs that just want to basically get your name on the Royal Bastards, Daniel won't let me do a medieval banner. Yeah. I wanted to do like one of those long, skinny medieval banners.
But it's a slight problem.
But he won't.
It's highly flammable.
So we want it in the distillation room.
We want it around the still.
We want it around the still. I think a medieval banner would be awesome for the Royal Bastards that contributed at the PayPal link we're going to have in this post here. So make it. Can we make it out of like fire retardant material?
Sure.
All right, we'll figure out the form factor, but it's going to live in here with the actual new still. And hopefully we can upgrade the amount of stuff that's getting put in barrels because it's real slow.
Yeah, it's so slow.
How much the half bottles are 90, and if people, we run out of bottles, we're going to run out of bottles. If people still want to be a Royal Bastard, then it's $45.
At least
$45 because basically it's half a 90 and we figure we're charging double for this thing. Anything else? PayPal link?
No, we'll put it in this post. It's also on the page where you can buy a bottle, and we are going to partition about 525 bottles for this release.
Okay. No pressure. Thank you, everybody that steps up. We want to get that bigger still so we can do stuff more quickly for you guys. Cheers. We're going to do the live stream right now. Hopefully, you're about to join us.